Garoppolo, I think he's definitely leaving. Though I won't be surprised if New England, if they can make the cap work, if they send a first or whatever to San Francisco for him, or probably even less. Honestly, they probably get a worse pick for Garoppolo because of that contract and just him in general,
Yeah.
And then Russell Wilson. I don't see them trading him, honestly. I'm curious as to how the front office views Russell Wilson, because I feel like, usually teams should probably, side with him. I feel like most teams would understand that they should side with like the superstar player, Russell Wilson, instead of like Pete Carroll. Yeah, but this organization, they're giving Pete Carroll a lot of control. The owners, the girl, what's her name?
Bill Schneider. Isn't it Schneider?
No. Our owner died, so it's his wife.
Yeah, it's his wife. Yeah, but she doesn't seem to know much about football, and she gave him, Pete Carroll, a lot of power within the organization. So, I'm just curious as to where things go, especially with this whole trade fiasco that Russell Wilson just, that went through just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was
that might cause some controversy.
It was rumored that the Bears offered the Seahawks, before they lost Kyle Fuller, they offered the Seahawks Kyle Fuller, Akeem Hicks, and I think it was like something crazy, like 3 first-round picks in a second round, and the Seahawks said no.
Yeah, but you have to offer them back a future quarterback because
you can't go so? But with a draft this good, surely there's going to be good quarterbacks. And I understand all the good quarterbacks will go within the first 5 picks, first 10 picks, but who are they going to give him back? Mitchell Trubisky, Nick Foles, Andy Dalton?
Yeah, there's no way they take that deal.
They said that they wanted someone either defensively or offensively that can make a huge impact right away. And I feel that a top 5, in my opinion, a top 5, top 10 maybe, defensive lineman and the top 5 cornerback in the league would make a huge impact, and especially with those picks. Maybe they're worried about they're not good with their picks. They haven't been in the past. Maybe going forward, they don't know if they're going to be good with these picks, and maybe they don't know how much longer Akeem Hicks and Kyle Fuller will be good for.
Yeah. Well,
I just thought that
if they get the picks,
that
Bears team is winning at least 10 games. And those picks aren't going to be that valuable.
Right. Thank you.
Because Russell Wilson, he can carry.
Right. If you trade Wilson, you need I know Deshaun's going through some stuff, but you would need a Deshaun quarterback in return because you're hitting a hard reset pretty much if you get rid of Wilson. So why would you want to take in Akeem Hicks and Fuller? I have a question about Garoppolo. So do you guys think he's leaving this year or next year? Because I actually I've heard some different things from other guys.
I've heard that he's I've heard multiple things. I listen to all the podcasts around the NFL and those things, and it's there's some people say that he's gone this year, and some people say he sticks around to help whoever they draft mature into a better quarterback, and he's gone next year. And then I've also heard that he stays this year, but he's fighting for that starting spot, and he's not helping that quarterback, that they draft to become better, and then he's gone next year. So I think personally he's gone this year, but I could be wrong. I might have to see how the draft plays out and how it all plays out, but I don't know.
I have 2 different thoughts: what they should do and what I think they'll do. What I think they'll do is draft Mac Jones, like you were saying, which I think would be a mistake. Not because he's not going to be good; he's just going to be solid. If you want to win right away, you take Mac Jones. But I think in the long run, you hold on to Garoppolo for a year or 2, and I think Fields is going to be a stud. I think he could be a stud right away. I don't even get the Wilson over him, in my opinion.
Really? Over Justin Fields? I like Zach Wilson over Justin Fields.
I like Wilson, but I also like seeing guys. He only lost 2 college starts. That's impressive in the real conference. I like Zach Wilson. I think he'll be good, but I think Fields will be better. Obviously that amazing throw in the pro day, but people forget Wilson was nothing last year, and he wasn't Joe Burrow in the SEC dominating pro defenses.
You do have to think about the team that they're with, because Justin Fields from Alabama?
Ohio State.
Didn't he have 4 first-round receivers or something crazy like that? And Zach Wilson didn't really have that kind of star talent around him.
No.
Mac Jones. Who was the quarterback from Alabama?
Mac Jones has.
Mac Jones or something like that.
Yeah, Jones was throwing to two guys who will get drafted this year, and then, Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs last year. But I think Fields is going to be a stud. I think both will actually be good.
I do like Fields, but I don't know. Something about Zach Wilson's just saying he's going to be crazy good. In my opinion.
I don't see it. I don't know. Maybe it's just the BYU thing.
Maybe.
I just think of him as a 30-year-old, even though he's not. But I think he'll be good. But I just in love with Fields. Like, it's kind of like the Deshaun Watson thing, like how he fell in the draft when it's just kind of obvious that like the whole time he was good, and then he fell in the draft, and you look back, it's like, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't think Wilson will be like Trubisky bad, but I feel like we're just going to look back and be like, oh yeah, we all knew Fields was going to be good. Why didn't they just take him? Like, he wasn't really like someone we had to develop.
Yeah.
He has the body type. He has everything. So I think that they should take Justin Fields, but I think they're going to take Mac Jones because they think they can win now, and I think when healthy they can win now. So we'll see what happens there. And then Russell, I think he was just putting pressure on Seattle. He was done with it. Like, as a fan, I'm done with it. Like, I'm done with them. Not let Russ cook all the way, because you got to be smart about it and keep teams balanced and actually have good play calls. You can't just have DK and Tyler Lockett run down the field the whole time and think that teams won't pick up on that. So I like the signing of Shane Waldron. I think that will be really good because the Rams have a well-balanced, great offense. So hopefully that works. And then I've liked the Seahawks signings this free agency. I think they didn't start off hot, but quietly they got some really good signings. Like Kerry Hyder had like some of the most pressures in the NFL last year, who they got for nothing. Dunlap flipped their defense. Gabe Jackson's a really good offensive lineman. So, there's still holes on this team, but you went 12-4 last year. Like, that's still pretty good.
Especially they keep Chris Carson for, I think, another year or two?
For nothing. It's like $1 million guaranteed. They lucked out there with no market for him.
Right. Anything else you want to add about in the NFL, Eddie? You want any final thoughts here on quarterbacks floating around the league? I don't know if we got to.
That's good. Garoppolo, I think they're gonna wait a year. I don't think they want to wait, but I think that'll just happen just because of the market. Because if you wait a year, though, they'll give the Patriots, for example, more flexibility with the cap and all that, as contracts expire. And as the value for him lowers, because obviously every year goes by that contract, his value would just get lower and lower. Yep. And so honestly, though, I feel like that's maybe one of the reasons why they kept Cam, was just because like we're just gonna wait a year, and by then certain contracts will expire. There'll be certain openings and all that, Yeah, unless a team like the Jets or a team that bad or whatever gets desperate and trades for Garoppolo,